And now for something completely different. Welcome along to the Square Enix Collective section of Square Enix Presents. We're really happy to be here for our first E3, and we're delighted to be bringing a couple of games to the show floor, which we're also going to be bringing to you as well. I'm joined by my colleagues here. My name's Phil Elliot. I head up Collective, and this is Amy.
Hi, I'm Amy. I'm Community Manager for Square Enix Collective.
And Christian. We're very grateful to be joined by a special guest star.
Hello everyone, I'm Christian and I'm Creative Director of Sandsailor Studio.
So Sandsailor Studio is the developer for a game called Black the Fall, and we're going to be taking a look at that a little bit later. I'm going to be testing out my epic gaming skills.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's okay, because Black the Fall is a nice, easy game to play, and it's not punishing at all, so we'll be fine. So I think we're going to start off, and I just want to explain a little bit about Collective for anybody who maybe doesn't know what it is that we do. We're a part of Square Enix, which is really trying to work with indie developers to help them in a range of ways. First of all, community building. We have the Collective website, which enables teams to build community, raise awareness, and the idea is to prepare teams before they go to crowdfunding, right?
Yeah.
So we launched that back in 2014, just over 2 years ago, and we launch one new pitch every week. And then we invite the Square Enix community to go check out those pitches, and we ask them a question, don't we, which is, would you back this game through crowdfunding? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's a pretty straightforward question. But the pitches are kind of like Kickstarter-style pitches, and it's a mix of videos, GIFs, images, and it's really just trying to give people a sense of what that game is about. For some of those games, we can also then support them actually through a crowdfunding campaign as well. We've done that so far on, I think, 10 games, is it now?
Yeah, it's 10 now, yeah.
Wow.
10th one is in progress right now.
The 10th is in progress, and we'll give you a little sneak peek of that one in a bit. So if you like what you see, please do go back it. That would be awesome. But the team's already doing great, so that's good news. In fact, we've got a video here just to show you, because we like variety. You know, we are not trying to specialize in just one type of game. We're not trying to only help teams in, I don't know, the UK or the US. We're trying to help teams all over the world with all kinds of games. So to give you an idea of the projects that we've supported so far through Kickstarter, we have a little trailer for you. So there we go. That's a nice rundown of the first 9 campaigns.
Yeah.
I kind of lost count towards it. Do you know what? Actually, it's a bit like a rundown of the last 2 years of my life. It's amazing to go back and I mean, Moon Hunters, that was the first one that we supported, and I mean, it was, I guess, best part of 2 years ago, but it feels like more like 10. So it's amazing to go back. I love watching that show reel. I could watch it twice probably in a row. If also the observant among you will also have noticed that 2 things should stand out, particularly from that trailer. First of all, that of course Black the Fall was one of the games back in the early days there. High fives. So that was exciting, and obviously, I mean, we'll talk more about Black the Fall shortly, but you know, it's great for us we started. We met you when the game was on Collective. We then supported the Kickstarter, and now we're delighted to be publishing. So that's one of the things that Collective's about. It's about building relationships. The other thing that's worth noting is the Fear Effect game in there. And some of you may well remember Fear Effect back in the PlayStation era. So something else we do, as well as just kind of helping teams with funding and with community support and with publishing and marketing and so on, is we also license out some of our old legacy IPs from the old IDOS days. Fear Effect was one of them, and that's the first game that we've actually supported to become a thing, and that's looking good to be released next year. But yeah, so we're going to see how that goes. We're hoping to release some more IPs in the coming months. So yeah, stay tuned for that.
Exciting.
Cool.
It is exciting times. So talking of Kickstarter, I think it would be massively rude of us not to mention the current campaign that we are supporting right now. So we can actually go live via satellite link or internet to this. Here we are. It's called Moonlighter. It's by a team called Digital Sun Games in Spain. And slight spoilers here, they've already smashed their target. They were after $40,000, and it's currently over $75,500, which means, as I scroll down, you'll see we have the stretch goals, which they've already surpassed. And that basically means that if you back the game now, you're going to get access to a whole lot more stuff than perhaps you might have thought you would have at the start. But look, crucially, there's still some to be unlocked. So check it out, and some great quotes there from some great outlets, and one from me as well, which is kind of but this is kind of what the game looks like. A couple of gifts here to check out. You play a character called Will, who's a shopkeeper, and in the times when you're not tending shop, you're actually down in dungeons killing bad guys and grabbing their loot, which you then take back to your shop to sell, and that's how you make monies. All the monies.
All the monies.
All the monies for all the loot.
Shopkeeper simulator.
Yeah. So that's the kind of Kickstarter side of things that we do. We try to support sort of 6, 7, or 8 of those per year. We do quite a lot of work to kind of prep these teams. We do a due diligence phase, which Christian will probably remember well, where we ask lots of questions, don't we? And we
quite a few.
Yeah, we try to make sure that teams have got not just the capability but also the passion to really deliver the game they're promising on. So that takes quite a bit of time to go through, and of course marketing support, awareness, which is crucial. So another thing we do is this year. A new addition to Collective, which we're very excited and very tired by. I mean, it's definitely keeping us busy.
Haven't slept in months.
Yeah, it's publishing. So yeah, I mean, we're very excited to be, with teams as we release the games as well. The first game we released was in April this year, and that's called Goetia. So we've got a little trailer for that that we're going to play you, just so you can figure out and see what that's like.
A long time has passed since I've been home. Much has changed. My family is missing. In the house, it's not the same. Something else dwells here with me. I need to uncover the mystery of Blackwood Manor, discovering its long-lost secret, unearthing its hidden truths. My name is Abigail Blackwood, and I died 41 years ago.
So that's Goetia. Spooky stuff.
Scary.
Cool, I like it.
Yeah, it's good. And we're very proud to be working with those guys. And that's actually the same team that we licensed the Fear Effect IP to. So
Yeah.
again, you know, we like to build relationships and sort of grow those over time. But yeah, if you're a fan of point-and-click adventures, then it's definitely worth checking out. I think still 100% positive Steam reviews.
Yes.
Yeah,
100%
so it's
positive.
Good stuff. So, right, now we have Christian here. And can I just first of all say, what a T-shirt.
Yeah. I like it too.
Good old Chuck. So, obviously we're going to get to the game in a moment. Let's just play a quick trailer for Black the Fall, just so people will have a sense of the game. And then we'll talk a little bit about, you know, I guess your journey, you know, how you started, where the inspiration for the game came from. But first of all, let's check out the trailer. There we have it. What a super cool game that is.
I love the music in that trailer.
So, Christian, I mean, let's start at the beginning. I mean, we've seen the trailer. Tell us about the game.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning. It started 3 years ago. 3, I think.
You're having the same issues with time that I see.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a hell of a ride.
Yeah.
So for the past 3 years, so it's hard to remember correctly. But it started like an art project. So we wanted to do something neo-expressionist with new media. So because I had a solid background in gaming, I decided to do like a little game, like a prototype. And it was so well received by all our friends. And we decided to make it a full feature game. So that was the start of it. Oh, the idea was to have something that was black and white-ish, and something that will talk about communism, because there are not that many games that tackle this subject. So we wanted to do like our story, our version of communism. So it's not historical correct. It's more like an ironic comment on communism. So.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's kind of a sort of a sci-fi-ish take, I guess, in some ways.
Yeah.
But the point there, I mean, how much of this is I suppose, inspired by, is this something from your upbringing, from your childhood? Are there sort of memories of how it felt to be in a communist state at that time, or are you working on other sources? Tell us a bit about the origins of the direct inspiration.
Well, you said it. I mean, it's a mix of a lot of stuff. And I think it's a mix of things that we knew as we grew up. So, I mean, we had like 10 years of communism in Romania. I was born in 1980. Communism fell in 1989. But you also get like Star Wars in there. You also get like Alien. I mean, all the things that inspired us along the way are there. But the main inspiration and the main focus is on what we remembered communism was, and we inserted that in the puzzles of the game.
Yeah. So the scenario of the game is that you play the character
Called Black.
Black.
Black,
Yeah.
and the aim is ultimately to try effectively to escape from the
Yeah,
oppressive
that's
state sort of slash machine from this environment. And I mean, we'll see some of the environments. You saw some there already on the trailer, but it's kind of almost sort of not steampunk as such, but kind of factory industrial
yeah.
type landscapes.
Yeah, so the name of the character is Black, but we had like an issue figuring out what he is, because he's not a hero, not even a reluctant hero. So we call him a survivor.
Right.
Yeah.
So ultimately, your goal is to escape or to survive. We'll have like the revolution at the end, with an ironic twist. But the idea is that you have to work with what you have in order to survive, and that means that you get also to manipulate other workers like yourself.
Yeah.
So you have to get past. You have to survive. Actually.
Yeah, you have to use the environment and the tools at your disposal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the art style is very striking. I mean, for me personally, when it came through collective feedback back in, well, I guess around 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Or longer now, 2.5, I don't know. It really stood out as particularly striking. And I mean, talk a little bit about the inspiration for the art style specifically. I know you mentioned the new media, the black and white stuff there, but I look at it and I sort of feel sort of elements of Limbo or maybe Flashback or Another World, those kinds of games.
Yeah.
Were those things that sort of...
Well, like I said in the beginning, we wanted to do something neo-expressionist.
Mm-hmm.
So they work a lot with charcoal.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So you get that black and white and shades of gray. But I can honestly say that my all-time favorite game is Another World.
Right, okay.
So yeah, when I started thinking about the project, yeah, that came in my mind, like Another World and the animations from Flashback. But also I was working back then on some other projects, and I was doing a lot of Z-depth rendering. And if you look at Z-depth, it's like distance in colors, in shades of gray. And it's exactly how the game looked at the beginning. So you have black in front, all the way to a shade of gray or even white. So that was also part of the inspiration.
Yeah, now, and it's come on a long way.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the journey of development, there are always changes, there are always things. Sometimes things are cut, sometimes things are added. But the way it looks today is very different from the way it looked even back during the Kickstarter campaign. So what would you say are the main changes that you've added?
Well, at the beginning, we were 3 people, me, Nicole, and Andre, the programmer. But as we added people along the way, we thought that this is like an open project, and we all welcome all input, and we should try to experiment as much as possible with it. So what you see today is rather the result of a process of experimentation.
Yeah.
So we played a lot with it. I mean, we put out the first prototype that was quite different, and then we tried to add camera movement. We tried to add something more to make it more like than a 2.75D.
Yeah.
So we played with it, and this is the outcome.
Okay. Well, let's dive in and actually check out some of the gameplay. I'm going to play it live.
Okay. Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah,
That's
good luck.
what we
People
can
have been
say.
playing the game the past 3 days on the show floor and having a lot of fun.
Yep.
So let's switch to that now. And here we go. Let's select new game. Now, obviously, the build we're going to play today is there's still plenty of dev time to go. It's a prototype from I guess towards the beginning. Sorry, not a prototype, an area towards the beginning of the game.
Game, yeah.
So here we go. Here's the character. Let's see how this goes. So I noticed one of the things actually you added since even I last saw the game was if I go back here, actually you'll see it'll zoom in and you'll see that character more clearly. But that cool what do you call it? Is it rim shading or rim lighting?
We added a rim lighting because we wanted the character to be more visible in the dark areas.
Yeah. And the game is quite dark, isn't it? There's a great sort of feeling of oppression. And this is, here we go, here's the sort of first look at this particular room. Now, every room has a specific way to get through it. And I'm just going to do something intentionally here. I'm going to ignore the bike to begin with, and let's see if I run for it. I'm just going to head over here.
Uh-oh.
And no, the red line can't be anything bad, can it?
No.
Uh-oh. Sirens. Something's gone wrong. What the? Huh? Okay.
Oh, robot got ya.
So, lesson number 1 is do
Don't
not
cross-
be seen.
Yeah, don't cross the.
Stay
Yeah,
outside.
don't cross the red lines.
So I'm not going to do that again. So I'm going to jump on the bike here, and so the machine is working. And just explain what's happening here.
Yeah, speaking about ironic comments, as you see here, it's a guy powering huge machinery with his bike, and the big machinery is spitting out cogs. So it's, I think, for us, communism is kind of stupid in the way that they thought about building industry and keeping people busy, not thinking and working all day. So.
Okay, so I've got out of the first room there, and I saw the prompts, to run to get it through. Now, if I'd stuck around for too long, bad things would have happened.
Yeah,
But
of course.
I got
Terrible
through
things.
to the trapdoor, and I've jumped down, and I managed to time it so that nasty thing there didn't hit me.
Yeah.
And now I've got to head across here, super quick. And okay, so let's see what happens. I'm going to climb up here.
I remember you telling me about Black's character being an older kind of gentleman, which is why he's quite slow when it comes to like running.
So this is the walking speed, and as you can see, I mean,
Yeah.
he can run, but the animation here, it doesn't feel like a live athletic youth,
Yeah.
which is what you expect from most heroes. You
Yeah.
expect kind of superhuman.
Superhuman abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as we'll see, Black hasn't got those. Now,
No.
I'm gonna come here now. I already know that red light is kind of dangerous.
Red means bad.
So I see that it's casting a shadow, but I just about got away with that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was alright. So now I'm into the next part.
So all the enemies that you will meet are deadly, powerful, but also stupid.
Okay.
So we play a lot with that. So expect the unexpected when you have to face the enemies. Like here, for example.
Okay, so as we go in, and a common theme is when you enter the room. I really like the kind of zooming out. It's going to show you everything that's happening at this point. So I've got to figure out what's happening here. And okay, so if I was going to experiment, it doesn't look like I can jump across here and go any further past this wall. So that's a dead end. So I've got to try and figure out how to get down. So I could maybe try and jump down behind that guy so he doesn't see me, but
Oh,
there
no.
we go. He's not a superhuman.
No.
High, yeah.
So let's try that again.
I love the way it zooms out and it gives you a chance to be able to learn the pattern of the way like the kind of bad guys move.
So actually, an interesting thing here, we can see that that guy with the huge belly, he's obviously taking a break from Euro 2016 at this point. But he's got that kind of this laser pointer. Now, obviously, something we learn as we go through that laser pointer, and we'll see it in a minute. In fact, is pretty significant because that's going to help us to solve some of the puzzles. But right now, I need to try and figure out how to get down. Now, what I need ideally is something to break my fall.
Yeah.
If only we had someone
some kind of
walking past.
cushioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, big guy.
Now, here's the challenge, because it's a question of timing. So I'll never
Yeah.
do this first time. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
But at least we know what to do now.
Alright.
So
Do those guys have names? The big
there we go.
belly guys?
Second time.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
quite
the guard.
proud of that.
Just the guard.
Just the guard.
Good enough.
Can we call him Bob?
Bob the guard.
Bob the guard. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So now I've picked up the laser pointer, and I move that around with this. And if it touches something that I can use, I can then take control of that guy.
Yeah.
And then I can keep moving it around and get him to do things with it. So before I do that, I'm just going to do a little bit more exploring.
I think Bob is blocking your way.
Yeah, Bob's belly.
Nasty Bob. So if I just go through to this room for a minute, because I can see that this is the way I need to go, but this is a dead end. So I need to head back through here. So what
You
I
can
need to do
hear back there. You can hear the last speech of Ceausescu, our former dictator.
now. Ah, interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice little Easter egg in there.
Yeah, we have a lot of cultural hints all over the
Yeah.
place about what happened just before the revolution.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the game, you'll get to play the revolution in a way.
Oh, okay. I haven't got to the end yet, so I'm excited to know what happens. So would you say this is more of a, well, it obviously is a personal project for you,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
emotional kind of roller coaster while making it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what's happening here is obviously I'm trying just experimented with the guy to see, and this is what the guard was telling him to kind of go from one place to the next place and back and forth and back and forth. And again, this is a comment on the kind of monotony of this existence, right,
exactly.
which is what we're all trying to escape from. But I've still got control of this guy, but what I need to do is find a way to get past this. So if I just scroll down here and see, right, I can do something here. Let's see how that goes. So we see the guy.
There he goes.
And this is interesting because obviously, you know, these are kind of people, but sort of part of the machine in a way. We have to
Yeah.
manipulate them, but we can't save them. And so you sort of, as you play through, you kind of just use them as tools. But if you stop to think about it, yeah, that's quite a dark thing, you know.
Yeah.
You and ultimately having to leave these people behind, right?
Yeah, that's what survival is all about.
Indeed. Tough
Survival
choices.
of the fittest.
So this is I think this is kind of projector room, and again you get a real sense of the kind of the camera movement here. I really like just kind of going back and forth. But yeah, let's keep playing. So up we go. And what are we going to find here? Oops. Okay, so we have a lift, and now we're going to get this panorama of this thing. So
Lots and lots of bikes.
oops, sorry. Inept here. Sorry, that's because I've got the pointer all the way over the other side of the screen. And when
was
in
gonna
fact
say,
all I
are
need to
you
do is
okay?
just point it at the floor. Trust me, it'll get worse. Okay, so I need to figure out what to do here now. Okay, so we're seeing that red light sweep across. So there's going to be something about timing here. And let's see how far I can get. Okay, so in fact, I can't
I
get all
don't
the way
think there's
across there
anything for
before
you
the
to
thing
hide behind
comes
either.
back. Okay,
Oh.
so I'm trying to escape that.
That's
All right, so
close.
there's a spare bicycle. So I'm going to jump on here. Well, that in itself doesn't look like it's doing anything.
No.
But at least I'm fitting in now, I'm blending in, so I'm
Yeah.
effectively hidden to the machine.
Mhm.
What I actually need to do, and I need to take control of this guy. And now, I really know what I need is a seat at the second bike, so if I get him to move to this bike, and I'm going to run over here and jump on this one.
Yeah, the idea here is that although they are deadly, they cannot make a difference because a worker is a worker
I
for
was
the
too
whole.
slow. I was too slow. I was too
timing.
fast, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can see what we have to do here.
They're super deadly.
That guy is. I'm from the safety of behind the line. I'm going to
Yeah.
grab
Good
that
shout.
guy and send him here. This is definitely a game that, you know, speed runs are something you should only do once you've had a lot of practice.
Yeah.
I guess if I was really clever, I could then send the guy in front of me to the bike I'm on now. But it should work if I...
Yeah.
Now, there we go.
Oh, so tense. It's coming.
So, and here's a trapdoor. I know what that... I've already been through one of these, so
Yeah.
let's see if I can get
Go,
back
go.
in time.
Oh,
Oh.
perfect.
You did it.
Okay, just about got away with it. I can just hear in the background the machine gun start to rev
Yeah.
up, so that was kind of close. Okay, so where am I going now? I don't need to... I get a bit obsessed with the laser pointer here.
This is one of my favourite puzzles from this
Okay, so
demo.
figuring this out then. So, okay, I'm never going to be able to jump across there. And there's a guy standing up there. So I need to... But the floor's blocking the way.
Mhm.
So, okay. I see. But from this angle, there's no way I'm going to be able to... Ah! We have a shiny thing.
Yeah.
So I can actually use the laser beam.
Yeah.
Reflections.
And I need him to shut the thing off, don't I?
Yep.
So there's the machine for that. I guess is that one there. So let's get him doing that.
So one thing we try to do is to hide clues for the players inside the level,
Yeah.
because we don't want to use HUD
Mhm.
or stuff like that. So if you look in the scene, you'll also see something that will help you.
Yeah, I noticed there's like a little kind of plaque with just the laser
Exactly.
pointer. Yeah. That's nice. Subtle hints.
Yeah, it's not solving the puzzle for you, but
Yeah,
there's-
it's
a
like
hint.
there if you need it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so now I need to figure out how to. Can I do it from here? Can I do it from here? I can't remember how to do this one now. Wait a second, I've missed something out, haven't I? I need to get him on the bike.
Possibly.
I need to get him on the bike first. There you go. You got to make sure you
You
look
did
at
it.
everything
You
in
got
the
there.
room. This is the thing, you know, if you feel like you've come to a dead end, you then got to figure out, okay, what have I missed?
Yeah.
And I think that's a really important thing for all cool puzzle games. So what's this going to bring? You see those things scrolling across the top now, and it's bringing another nice shiny piece of pipe. So this time I should be able to just move across to here, and I'm going to have to time this right
Yeah,
now.
time it perfectly.
I was a bit slow. Sorry. Talk amongst
Yeah.
yourselves.
Actually, you're quite good.
You're getting there.
Thanks. That's massively patronising. In a minute we're going to play through another game, and then it'll be your turn. Okay, let's
Yeah,
get this
okay.
right. Here we go.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did it.
That timing was like perfection.
So we're going to wrap up this one here. I think that's a good chunk of the demo that's on the show floor here, just to give you a sense of what the game is like and how it plays.
Yep.
It gives you a good taste of the puzzles. There's plenty more in there. It's always very hard to kind of say how much gameplay is there in the game as you estimate. What's your in the testing you've done so far? Roughly
Well,
speaking.
it's hard, but I have to say that medium time gameplay is around 5 hours.
Right. So it's a good chunk there once you've got to
Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah.
And then
there are
obviously the
different
speedrun
parts.
championships will will
I
launch
mean,
in.
I can probably, should I say it? I can probably do it in 1.5 hours.
See, now this is a challenge, and you're
Right.
going to have to prove this at some point.
Yeah.
Nice
I will.
one. Okay, so that's Black the Fall, and thanks very much to Christian for coming in.
Thank you for
that's,
having me.
Yeah, and it's obviously great to have you here at E3. It's been awesome to see you again. We're now going to look at a game called the Turing Test, and we're going to start off with another trailer just to give you a sense of the game, and also introduce the team behind it called Bulkhead Interactive.
The Turing Test is a first-person puzzler set on Jupiter's ice moon Europa.
We started with a common science fiction question: is there life on Europa? And we went to scientific advisors to try and get an idea of what that life would actually be. So we're telling a science fiction story, and it is really fictionalized, and we have lasers and all this kind of stuff, but it's based in an underlying reality of wanting to tell a story that could actually be true.
The original prototype was really cool because what happened when we saw people play it is they instantly understood what was happening and they understood the mechanics of the game. It's kind of a game where you pick up and you can just play it. You learn through the mechanics, and that's something that we wanted to push in terms of design. We wanted people from any background to be able to come and pick up the controller and find it a fun experience to play.
When the team showed me the Turing Test, I thought it was a great development on their last game. You feel a lot more involved in the world, you have a lot more control over the environment, and it just opens the world up to a lot more possibilities, really.
We present the player with, a linear story that they can progress through. But as well as this linear story, there's also elements underneath that will change the meaning of the story for the player as they experience it. Developing the game has been about that challenge of making something functional but beautiful.
So there we go, the Turing Test. This is actually the next game that we'll be releasing, and this is going to be out in August. So Amy, over to you. No pressure.
Yes.
I'd hate for you to sort of make any mistakes on.
I'm sure. I'm thinking positively.
With the whole internet watching.
It's fine. It's fine. No pressure. So
we're going to switch to gameplay, and this is just kind of the start of the demo here, and we're in that sort of external environment.
On Europa, on
Yeah.
Jupiter.
Europa's moon. Jupiter's moon, Europa.
Yeah.
Get that right.
Get that. So many names.
Just explain what you're doing here then.
So I've basically was outside, and the only place that I can enter is this abandoned kind of what looks
Kind of
like
facility of some
facility.
sort. Yeah.
Which
There's a big story behind this one, isn't there?
Yeah.
Which we're not going to talk too much about because.
Because spoilers.
Yeah.
Because spoilers. But it's the International Space Agency,
let's say.
and you have basically a tool which is called an energy manipulation tool.
Yeah.
And it basically allows you to kind of, you've got all different types of energy. So you have these physical kind of blocks that you can pick up and place into kind of slots.
They're like kind of quite satisfyingly clunky big battery cells,
Yeah,
aren't they?
yeah. So, but then there are also ones that you can collect, kind of.
Yeah, so you can suck the energy out of one and then put it into the other.
Yeah. So.
And this really forms the essence of the puzzle element of this game.
Definitely.
As you go through, and the story behind it is you are here in this location, and you are undergoing specifically a test.
Yeah.
So that's the setup for the game, and the test is the game is called the Turing Test. The character you play is a woman called Ava Turing.
Yeah.
So there we go, name of the game. But the point is not just that. For anybody that knows their kind of science history, I guess, Turing was. The Turing Test was. Actually, any fans of Blade Runner, for goodness sake,
definitely
will know this. The Turing Test is something that is devised to be able to distinguish between a human and an AI.
Yep.
Yes, as I say, if you've seen Blade Runner, then you'll know exactly what I mean. So the point of these puzzles is that as they grow in complexity, you have to kind of figure out the rules as you go along.
Yeah.
And the point is that if you pass this test, then
you are, in fact, a human.
Yeah.
So they kind of.
No pressure there.
Yeah,
then,
that's
Amy.
fine. I think I'm a human. They're each. So the basic puzzle elements is that they add more and more different kind of elements to it. So right now we've just added kind of like a handle that can kind of move
change
different.
the flow of where the energy is going.
So that will open a different door, which essentially leads me to the next puzzle.
So we've got physically moving the boxes around. We've got we've got well, that looks like there's a bit of damage to the facility there. So
Yeah.
you are in a spacesuit, by the way, in case you're under any doubt about breathing and stuff. You've got physically moving the boxes, the kind of battery boxes around. You've got the energy manipulation tool that you can kind of suck the energy out and put it somewhere else.
Yeah.
You've got the switches. Yeah, and as you go through the game, more and more of these things kind of build up, and so you have to start thinking quite laterally, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. You have to.
It's always a challenge for me.
It's a challenge for me too. You kind of have to. The levels get bigger, so you kind of have to look around at your surroundings, work the puzzles out beforehand. Sometimes get another pair of eyes to look at the puzzle. That helps as well.
Perspective.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's similar, I guess. If you've played Portal. Which one of the, frankly, in my view, Portal 2 especially, one of the best games ever made. Then you'll be familiar with that kind of. You get stuck on something, you kind of have to go away, and maybe sleep on it, and then come back fresh, and then you're like, oh, that's so obvious. Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, that happened a few times. I've seen a lot of people playing it over the last few days, and they're like, oh, I don't know how to do this puzzle, and I'm just like, look, take a step back. Now have a look at the puzzle again, and they're like, oh, I've got it now.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's hard, isn't it, if you're on the show floor at E3 or Gamescom or something like that.
Yeah.
And you get a sense that the people maybe publishing the game or developing the game are kind of watching.
Yeah.
I always find that really hard. So here's something else. So this is now just explain what you're doing here.
So this is kind of a lever that I can push that's got like a kind of gravitational device, and I can move it around,
I
basically.
guess kind of a big magnet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can move it around. So I've got 2 kind of slots there for energy. So I should.
So you need to grab that one.
Yeah, that one I can grab.
It's a good job you're not kind of sucked up by the magnet. That'd be
yeah. And then the next one, I'm not sure where it is. Is it down here?
Something just highlighted when you hovered over the.
Oh yeah,
thing there.
up
so
there. There we go.
Actually take energy out of the.
Yeah, so that's another element that they add as well. So, yeah, the puzzles definitely get a lot harder as you go along.
You get hurt by that steam.
Yeah. So this is another puzzle. So what have we got?
So you basically have to kind of look around and sort of try and figure out as they get harder. You've got to look around, walk around, try and figure out. Okay, that energy's going there, and so what do I need to do? Yeah,
it's not a game that you need to rush. It's a game where you need to kind of take your time and.
Okay, so you've changed the flow of the energy there, but now that means that door's shut.
Okay, so. Can I take this one?
If you take that one, then so it looks like then at that junction there on the left, you can see that it needs 2 energy flows to actually power that door.
Yeah, so maybe popping that in there, and then taking this. Oh, okay, hang on, let me look in here. Yeah, so I'm going to need another one for in there, so I should be able to. Oh no, because then that will close the door. Hang on. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So there's a window.
There's a window there.
Yep.
Yeah. So again, you really need to kind of study your surroundings. And
so there, if you'd left the big battery box, of course, you wouldn't have been able to pull it through the window. So you swapped. You actually swapped
them around.
The big box out for the one that you could grab, and that's opened the bit through to the next door.
Yeah. I've definitely seen people try and do tricks, or they've tried to kind of run through the door as they take the energy out, where they've kind of got the puzzle, but the door shuts. You can't get through.
Nice. Well, that's a quick look at the Turing test.
Yeah.
Again, that's probably about half the demo that's here on the show floor.
Yeah, half demo.
And it slowly gets harder. So.
Yeah, and that's just the first chapter as well. So the puzzles definitely get harder.
Great stuff. Well, that's we're pretty much out of time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's been fun to be here again, as I say, for Collective's first time at E3.
Yay.
We've got a lot coming up for the rest of this year. Turing Test is in August. We've got Black the Fall coming up later in the year as well, which we're very excited about. Other things to look out for: Tokyo Dark, which for anyone who's been following us on Kickstarter, that was very popular. So keep an eye out for that as well. Another one, Oh My Godheads, which is going to be early next year.
Yeah.
And we'll have more announcements later this year about games we're publishing next year. We're looking to publish up to 10 games a year, so it's going to be busy. But hopefully we can help some teams make some good money and ultimately help them to independently fund their next games as well. So that's it from us. Thanks very much. Thank you to Christian. And we're out of here. It's nearly the end of E3, but not yet, so hold on for more.
A few more hours yet.